had it look bad. I ain't gon' cap. I was cutting grass and I was selling grass. And I was rapping and I was stacking, packing, flashing. I was a fashionist and I was trapping. Brick City, licking hoes private. Only the family. The name's Chad, but it's OG King Cheese. I stick up my stamina. My niggas is still in the slammer. I can't even look at the calendar. I told my young niggas to handle up. Tell Shawty I don't do cameras, bruh. When we gon' get some bucks together. No, you ain't gon' be on forever. High school, I was a beast with at least them permanent gold teeth. Young nigga been eating. Better ask Stack, ask Weenie. 17s and a Caprice. Pulling up Vaseline. The shit they on in these streets. I was on that shit 15ish. We was posted with demons, the seniors that never see us. You was picking up your tux and shit. I probably fucked your bitch. No sleep for the weekends. The whites was alright with me. Only color I see is green or red, cause my heart been bleeding.
This is what society says. Society says that if a man has these drinks and he constantly drinks and he's drinking to heal the pain or ease something, or he's drinking for whatever reason, if he drinks a certain amount of drinks within a certain time, he's an alcoholic. Or if he has a whole bunch of drinks in the middle of the day, he's an alcoholic. Or if he goes to the bar and he just loses himself, he's an alcoholic.
All of that involved, yes.
Okay,
in one instance, I would say you may be going through depression if you do it in one instance, but you never do it like that again.
Well, let's just look at if they're classifying him as an alcoholic.
Okay.
Now, once you've been classified as an alcoholic, do you ever get rid of that title?
I'll say yes.
No.
No, you don't.
Think
Why
about
not?
if you've ever been to an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting.
Recovering crackhead.
See, me
Always a
personally,
crackhead.
I don't believe in that Alcoholics Anonymous. I do believe in the whole Alcoholic Anonymous. I have people in my family that has been like that, but I don't believe that.
You ain't said anonymous yet.
Anonymous.
I love it.
I was struggling. Alcoholic Anonymous. Okay. So I was struggling with that. But anyway, I don't believe in that aspect of that you are labeled an alcoholic for the rest of your entire life.
Okay, let's stop right there. Put a pin in that, and I'm glad you said that too.
Okay.
A man goes out and rapes a 13-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
Against her with everything, just totally just rapes her, and does it repeatedly. And then at a point in his life, he stops and he says, I'm never going to rape a girl again. Mm-hmm. Is he still a rapist for the rest of his life?
I don't believe so, no.
Does society deem him as a rapist for the rest of his life?
Society does.
Okay, now, that man gets convicted of rape. He moves into a neighborhood. They put a sign on his yard, and it says what? Here lives what?
What do they call it? Certified or whatever rapist. What they put on the registry.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
And does that lead? Can he get rid of that ever in the rest of his life?
No, he cannot.
Now, though that is what society says. That's what society does. Now, knowing that, what if somebody murdered your brother, and they say, you know what? I'm never gonna murder anybody else again.
I'm gonna kill him,
But that man now is going to be classified as what for the rest of his life?
for the rest of his life, a murderer. Yes.
Now,
And
is it
You're
fair?
talking to me who believes in a God who does not hold you for your past sins. So you got to think about who you're talking to.
Yeah, I mean, that's talking about judgment and everything else. But again, we're talking about society.
Yes,
and we're
society
talking about,
is going to keep you that label on you. Yes.
So that man, for now, forever, until the end of eternity, is going to be a murderer. That other man, forever, the end of eternity, is going to be a child molester. Mm-hmm. That man who have a drink forever now is going to be classified as an alcoholic. Now, knowing these things, how is it that a woman can look at a man and say that man can change and then not believe it, knowing these other things?
What do you mean by not believe it?
Not believe it, because society has shown.
I guess because just like society has shown, just because you're labeled something doesn't mean that your actions cannot change. Just because you were labeled as an alcoholic, if you haven't picked up an alcoholic beverage within the past 3 or 4 years, your actions have shown me that you are able to change. So just like a man who maybe a woman is trying to change, he has the ability to change.
He has the ability to change, but he is still for the rest of his life going to be a recovering alcoholic.
Is he
whether
gonna be
whether
a
and we're
cheater?
not dealing in semantics, he's still going to be a recovering alcoholic for the rest of his life because
Or a
as soon as
recovering cheater?
as soon as he picks up that drink, he's what? Right back to being an alcoholic again.
I get
Now,
it.
as soon as that man goes back to now, a man can be a recovering sex addict or a recovering cheater, but as soon as he goes back to look at that man, look at that girl over there. Oh, nigga, what you think about? You think about cheating? Because now that stigma is already on that man.
Right.
We put stigma because we don't love unconditionally. I don't think we love unconditionally at all. I think our love comes with conditions. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us what we are right now. We ain't Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna say I pray every day, Lord, make me more like you, because I ain't. You're right, because we're not.
What's that song? What's that song? You know, talking about these hands, because you can catch these hands. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, Jermaine. Try Jesus.
Try Jesus, but don't try me.
Cause I throw hands.
Try Jesus.
Because I throw hands. There is no point in any of our lives that we cannot revert back to the state where we previously have been.
Talk to me now.
So women should not ever think that they can fully rehabilitate a man that has already done these travesties against them. And the problem is, women think they can do that.
I completely agree. You cannot think that you have the ability to change a man, but you can't expect for him to change. It's a difference in thinking in your mind he will versus I'm expecting him to. Because and the reason why I say that, because I've been there before where I'm, like I was explaining before, I'm showing you love. I'm showing you like unconditional, like you cheated on me, you did me wrong, you broke my heart, but I still love you. I'm still here to work it out
Come
for
on,
you.
Mary J.
So
Blige.
now I'm expecting you to change your ways. Then the light bulb comes on. God dang, it's been a goddamn year and he still ain't changed. Guess what? Now it's time for you to go, Keidra. He ain't doing nothing. It's a difference in expecting for him to change and saying he will change. Some people don't have the ability to change. Some people is going to cheat for the rest of their lives because they just do not
Mary J.
have
Blige.
that ability to say, I'm going to be committed to this one person. They don't have that discipline to say, this is what I'm going to do, is be committed to one person.
Take that point and flip it over. Now, you're with that man
Okay.
that cheated on you, broke your heart, just embarrassed you in front of everybody.
Oh, he done you wrong.
But he came back. It's been a year. Man has just been right by your side.
No,
he just never
I'm
let
not
just
gonna cry.
worship the ground you walk on. I'm talking about roses, rose petals, and candles in the bathtub. And you come home from work, he rubs your feet. In the back of your mind, it may be in the recesses or somewhere tucked down under
Just
the
in
pillow
our
somewhere.
subconscious. Just in our subconscious.
And subconscious.
He don't cheat. He might cheat. What would make him cheat? And you have those things that fester and they coagulate down there, and then there's that one day where you're having a bad day, and it all comes back up because it has came back up before. It has came back up.
That means
He didn't fix the food the way you wanted. That's why your ass cheated before.
you know what that means?
You know when it comes back, what
that means I have not healed from it.
Ladies and
so
gentlemen.
I should have never let him back in if I have not truly healed from what he had done in the past. That's where the choice comes in of, do I want to let you back in or not? Thank God for freedom of choice, because I choose to let you back in my life. But if I let you back in and I know that I have not truly healed, then I set myself up for possibility of disappointment in the future, a possibility of us bumping heads, because that is in my subconscious now. And every time you do something sideways that don't line up with the way that I think you ought to do it, then it's festering and it's coming back up.
See, but that ain't society. That's you.
Well,
that's the point. That's where I wanted to bring it back home.
Wait a minute.
That ain't society.
Wait a minute.
That's you. That's you, because
Wait a minute.
in your mind, in your head, you said he might still cheat. He is still a cheater. In your mind. Now, that ain't got nothing to do with society. That ain't got nothing to do with, that is in the back, in the recesses of your mind. he cheated, he is still a cheater, whether he cheats on me right now or not.
No. I won't say that he's still a cheater. I will say that it's still a possibility that he may cheat. Guess what? Somebody that I date that has never cheated on me, we've been together 5-6 years, ain't never ever stepped out on me. There's still that possibility that he may cheat. Just like the person that cheated before. He may have stopped all his cheating ways and may come back to me, never ever cheat. But because I'm not healed from what he did do to me, then I'm still thinking he is still a cheater.
Well, let's not confuse possibility, probability, and odds.
There's always a possibility.
There's
though.
always a possibility. The probability has changed, and the odds are not there though. The odds that this man the odds that a person that has cheated, that will cheat again, are a lot higher than the odds of somebody who has not.
Right, I got you.
So we're not confusing odds and probability, or odds and possibility.
Right.
So I just want to stop right there. Jermaine, you had something you wanted to say.
I wanted to ask the two of you. I love this back and forth, by the way, but I wanted to ask the two of you, how much, first I'm going to start with you, Miss Keidra. How much does it matter with change behavior if the one mistake is going to end everything?
And what is the one mistake that can end it?
The one mistake could be something as simple as the disrespect, which is
Repeat
viewed
that
as.
question.
I'm gonna throw a scenario in there for you to make the question easier.
Okay.
How do you view a known cheater that you've quote unquote healed from, and your best of best friends, somebody you trust, tell you he was all up in such and such face, smiling, buying drinks out here just like he ain't got no girl. You know, you got the word, you got the tea. And then he approaches the situations like, when you're very concerned talking about it, how do you approach a man that's nonchalant about your feelings when he himself knows it was nothing? To him, it was nothing. But you got your girl word that it was everything from her perception. Whose side you taking here?
I'm not taking anybody's side. That's where communication comes in at.
So you
Yes.
taking his nonchalant attitude.
I'm going to ask a question, and I'm going to see what his response is. Now, is his response is still a nonchalant attitude or an aggressive attitude of why you believe in her and you ain't talking to me? Well, baby, I'm talking to you.
He ain't
now.
asking you all that because he nonchalant. He like, ain't nothing happened. I don't know what you mad about.
So there's no. So now,
You good with that? You good with the
I can't
nonchalant
say that.
attitude?
me.
She said, hold on now. I ain't say that.
I ain't say that. But me personally, I'm gonna be like, okay, now it's time for you to make a decision. Are you gonna believe what you heard from your homegirl who was down for you, there for you, or you gonna believe him? It all comes down to, again, choice. It all comes down to what I choose to do. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna pray about it, Lord. I need you to reveal something to me because I don't know the difference. I don't know if she lying, he lying. Lord, I need you to reveal to me what's going on.
Here's
But-
the reason I asked that question. Is because we know of a time in this society where friends are more important than your relationship. Friends get in the middle of very, it's almost like they only speak when they know there's trouble in the water. Right? So you get in a position where he already been messing up in small ways, not enough for you to be on the outs, but you just disappointed.
Now that plays another factor. I thought you were asking that question in regards to if I already know that he has cheated in the past.
No, he cheated in the past too.
So he cheated in the
But
past.
I'm saying,
But if I
does-
put him back in,
does that girlfriend's word weigh a lot when that's sitting on your subconscious?
It weigh a lot if 2 weeks ago something shady happened.
Shady?
When
He
I
was
say
talking.
shady, no, when I say shady,
Describe me in a room full of people.
what do you mean you in a room?
Describe me, my personality.
Your personality, you talking, you mingling to people, you social, having a good time.
Extra social, right?
Extra social, having a good time.
Hugging, shaking
all that,
hands.
shaking hands,
smiling.
greeting people, smiling, laughing, all that. Yeah.
Me and you, hypothetically, in a relationship, trouble is in the water at home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still fulfilling my part as a social media and content creator.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Does that sit right with you if the friend is calling you saying, Jermaine was up in every fine girl face that was in there, hugging, buying drinks. I don't know what they was talking about when he was giving them their number.
You know what
When
I'm saying?
you yourself have witnessed me networking.
That's what I was gonna say. Me, because I know you, that was your personality before you met me. So I'm not gonna feel no certain kind of way you was doing that before you met me.
Are
That
you
does-
not?
No, that does not, because I've seen you do it, that does not necessarily mean that you're trying to hook up with them, with those women, just because you're smiling, conversing, whatever, hugging, all, like, that's what you were doing. Now, if you were the type of man who's antisocial, don't like nobody up on you,
I am.
don't like to be in nobody. No, I'm saying, if when I met you and when we go out together, you're not that guy that's dapping it up with everybody. You're not that guy that's giving hugs and showing love to everybody. That's not you. That's not your personality. So if my homegirl says she sees you and it's totally opposite from what you normally do,
So you
then
said
I'm
it's
gonna be
gotta be,
like,
it's gotta be something shocking.
yeah.
But remember the factor of it's trouble in the water at home. You don't feel loved enough, but I'm still able to show love for my show.
But you're not showing love for me.
You see what I'm saying? It's
Oh,
trouble
yeah.
in the water.
Then we gonna have some
It's
conversation.
an issue.
You got
right?
love for everybody else, but you can't come in the house and give me a hug.
I'm building an empire in spite of.
Ooh. And
In
then
spite
comes in, yes, the problem of
How you got time for?
you can build an empire and show love to people outside the home, but you can't show love for the person that's here supporting you.
I'm glad
seeing
you. I'm glad you said. Does it matter if your partner earns more or less than you in a relationship? How would that affect you? More or less. Describe both ways.
I would say no. And I say that with hesitation. And the reason why I say it with hesitation is it's not about truly his earnings. It's more about his potential. So I can make more than the man in the relationship.
David
He
already
has the
thinking what I'm thinking.
potential.
He already thinking what I'm
What?
thinking. Keep going.
But
She fell for it. Keep going. Keep going.
Reel it in, reel it in, reel it
Don't
in.
do like that. Don't do
I
like
said
that.
I wasn't gonna get in this shot. I said I wasn't gonna get in this shot.
What?
I'm so glad you
Okay,
said
let me finish.
I'm so
Let me
glad
finish.
you said that P word. Go ahead.
Because I cannot put a, how can I say it? If a man has the potential to make more than me, how can I say I don't want you at this state where you're making less than me? Meaning, I am all about a man who has drive and motivation to do more than where he's at now. So honestly, that attracts me to a man. If you have drive, if you have motivation to do better than where you at now, in 3-4 years, you could be making 2 times more than me. So I'm not going to say, no, I don't want to date you, or no, I don't want to be in a relationship with you just because you make less than me. Because there could be something that you have the ability to do in the relationship that will save me from having to spend my earnings, whether it be household repairs, whether it be car repairs. I mean, you might be able to save me $1,000 on my car repair that I ain't had to spend on my pocket. So I guess I look at it as, depending on what your qualities are, depending on what your potential is, no, you ain't got to necessarily make the same amount of money as I do. You ain't got to make more money than me. However, I will say, I do look for somebody who has the potential and the drive to do something more with himself than maybe what he's doing now. And in the aspect of income. Because
Quick intercession. Go
Yes.
ahead, go ahead.
Because I do feel like, I'm trying to say this with sensitivity.
Don't say it with sensitivity.
No, I'm gonna say it with sensitivity.
No, damn that,
But
man.
the reason
Be
being
real.
is that I know that a man's ego wants to be their provider. All men want to be the provider. All men want to be the one to say, I take care of my woman and my household.
A grown man kill his pride.
Yes, you take pride.
A grown man balance out his
takes
pride
in saying, I got my family, I got my woman. She ain't got to worry about it. So if a woman makes more and she's the one that's, for the most part, handling everything within a household, there's going to be a little bit of conflict within the man and his ego and his pride that may cause a little friction at some point down the line. So that's why I say
it does. Cause
he needs to have some.
He's slick, almost depressed because he's not doing.
But he's slick, almost jealous. I've seen men who are jealous of their women.
Yes.
Because she does make more than. So I don't care if you make less than me. Do you have the drive to do more than what I'm doing, or at least come up to my level? Because if you have that drive and that potential to say I'm gonna at least get to where she at, or come higher than where she's at, then I know that's going to kind of put aside all your insecurities of what you might be feeling as the man and not being able to provide the way that you want to provide as a man, and kind of eliminate all of that friction that may occur later on down the line simply because I make more money than you.
Mr. Boyd.
Ooh, calling me.
Mr. Boyd, how can we help you?
All right, couple things. Number one, pride. Pride goes before the fall. Anybody that studies literature knows that, you know, Chanticleer, the rooster, walked around beating his chest about the pride shit. We'll talk about that later when I talk about having my little literary sessions, but we're not going to do that right now. 2, you said potential. You said the P word.
Oh, here we go. Come on.
But
Yes.
you also qualified that by saying you also have to have drive.
Mm-hmm.
Potential plus drive, right?
Potential without
Plus-
drive is nothing.
No. Potential by itself is everything. Potential is just, in science, that the definition for potential energy is what? Stored energy.
Mm-hmm.
What is the energy of motion? Kinetic.
Kinetic energy, right.
So
you just sitting
what-
here with your stored energy, it ain't going nowhere.
well, it ain't going nowhere just
The
yet.
kinetic
Now,
energy needs to get it rolling, right?
also, so as long as you got that drive, right? As long as you got the drive.
I didn't
No.
say-
You
potential
said
first.
potential
Keidra,
plus drive.
we let you
said
talk.
as long as you have potential plus drive. That's why I asked you right before then. You said
Plus.
potential plus drive
Plus.
Keidra, we let you talk.
plus what? No, I'm please by all
I said,
means.
yeah, plus drive. You have to have potential and drive.
Young Pistol Starter is on his 47th mixtape.
He 36.
No, he's 42.
He 42.
He's 40. He my age.
Baby,
And he's on his 47th mixtape, baby. He ain't got a lick of stardom yet. He got
Kid's
17
18.
views on his YouTube page.
Kid's 18.
He got drive. He got potential. But he ain't shit.
We're going to have to reevaluate.
Oh, now it's a reevaluation. huh?
Reevaluate your focus, baby.
So what you're saying, because now you are not successful.
Yes, and this is where wisdom comes in. You've been doing this for the past 7 years. What have you been able to
But
show
baby,
from
you
it?
love my drive.
I
When
do
you
love
got
your
with
drive.
me, you love my drive, you love my potential, and I'm on, baby, the next mixtape's gonna go, it's gonna go platinum.
You know
Number
what?
48 is gonna go platinum.
That's fine. You know what? I'm still going to support you.
You gonna ride with me.
While you doing that over there.
Mhm.
But in the meantime, I need you to get something that's going to show.
Now,
right
baby,
now.
this is it. This is it. This is it. Right here. Number 48. Young Pistol Starter number 48
We on 8
is gonna go
years,
platinum.
And your 8th album ain't made no profit from all the money you done put in.
So
there
now
is-
we have an impasse.
No, now we have a
an
margin.
impasse.
Now
Now-
you play. You should have placed that boundary
no,
prior to.
no. Now says you done wasted all this time, all this money over the past 8 years.
Is it
and
wasted?
You ain't got nothing to show for
Is
it.
it wasted?
Guess what? I'm still gonna
Baby, I got
support you.
47 mixtapes.
But maybe you should be a writer.
I'm writing all his
Maybe we
mistakes.
need to reevaluate what you doing.
Young
to where-
Pistol Starter up in the hood, number 48 is gonna go platinum.
How many views you done got in 8 years? You done got 1,000 views in 8 years. It's time to realign the plan. Obviously, something ain't working right here, and I'm here to tell you, as your woman, maybe it ain't working. I'm here to support you.
Oh, so now you don't
Lee.
support my endeavors.
No, baby, I support you endeavors. So let's.
Yo, you support me, but you just don't support my endeavors.
Let's come
Jermaine
back to
Hall
the
Show.
drawing table
We
and
lit.
figure out what's gonna work. Cause this ain't worked for the past 8 years, and I care enough about you. I don't want you to lose another 5 years of your life trying to make this work.
All right, no,
That's
okay.
how much I care about
This is all laughing, joking, and everything else. But let's bring this back into the real world. I work at a factory, and I've been there for the last 15 years without a raise. I'm providing for my family. I'm doing everything I need to do. But at this point, my drive is starting to slow down because I don't think I'm going to be anything else than what I actually am. Do you support me in my endeavors in the factory and saying, hey, do something else? Or what? Because right now, that impasse is happening in so many families here in Clarksville.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just in factories. You know, I'm just using me as an example, I was a career student. I went to Austin P from 1998, May of 1998, to before I even got my undergrad. I think I got my undergrad in late 2003, 2004. Now, undergrad should only take maybe three and a half, maybe 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I went 7.5 years before I got my undergrad.
Mm-hmm.
My wife back then, you know, we divorced in 2002, but the divorce wasn't because of my drive or anything like that, because, you know, we still remain friends. You know, she supported me in my endeavors, I supported her in her endeavors. But there is a time period where you could really said, this student thing ain't working out for you. You need to give it up and do something else. Your music career is not working out for you. Give it up and do something else. Your job, that's not working out for you because it's not working out for me. At what point do you become not just self-centered, but then start looking at self and say, hey, the things that you are doing aren't working out for me anymore? And I think that's one of the problems that a lot of people have in their relationships. It's not that what you're doing isn't working for you, it's what you're doing isn't working for me.
Mm. So let me ask y'all a question. This is to shift gears for a second. Here's a scenario for both of y'all. Whoever want to answer first, it's on you. Guy asks girl or vice versa for a prenup prior to marriage because she or he wasn't working the same type of job. You know what I'm saying? And he achieved or she achieved a level of success well before meeting them. How do you respond to, I want a prenup?
I don't care. I'll sign
You're
the
good
prenup.
with it. You signing it.
I don't
'Cause you
care
got you.
because I'm not in this relationship for what I can get out of it. I'm in it because I love you.
That's a lie.
No.
That's a lie,
No.
Keidra.
I'm not okay. When I say what I can get out of it, I'm not in it because I say, "Ooh, you got dollars. I can get."
That's a
dollars
lie too.
No, it ain't because guess what? Keidra got dollars of her own.
Keidra, even if you got dollars, you won't benefit.
I mean,
Everybody
but no,
has an
no,
agenda
I can't agree.
going
I can't
into a
agree.
relationship.
Now, am I gonna be provided for? Am I gonna be taken care of? Yeah, that's the benefit of it. But I'm not going into this trying to see
Keidra,
how
do you
I'm
want a
I'm
dead
not
broke
going
man?
into it trying to see how I'm gonna come up. I'm going into it because I like you. I'm attracted to you. Now I've grown to love you. So if you say sign the prenup,
Why
okay.
did you grow to love them? Because they're hustlers. They get to the money. They keep the money coming. Money matters.
You got drive,
Why
you got
do
potential and
women?
drive.
Why? I'm asking you as a woman.
Mhm.
Why do y'all pretend money don't matter so much?
I'm not gonna pretend that money does not matter.
Because the
Money
ones that
does
do,
matter,
do-
but
what-
it's not everything.
I'm gonna say I agree with you there. I don't
If I'm worth
believe.
1.3 million, I look a lot better on this couch, you know, than I did 5 minutes ago.
But guess what? You can be 1.3 million and still be a really bitter, angry, mentally abusive man that I don't want.
Yeah, but I still look better.
You look better. But you ain't gonna treat
That's
me
what
better.
you said. I still look better. You admitted it. This nigga ain't shit.
He ain't.
But he got 1.3 million, and he looking real good right
I'm
now.
looking at him sideways. Man, but I know he ain't working.
And you going home.
No.
You going home,
No, I
Keidra.
can't.
It might not be tonight, but next Thursday, you had enough in the
I ain't
colada.
signed no
So if I'm
prenup.
all
I ain't
right-
signed no prenup with him.
So
if
if-
I already know
That's
he-
what I was asking you. Are you signing the prenup? This man rich.
No, that's why I said it's because I love you. At the end of the day, I'm gonna sign a prenup because I'm not looking at you like you got 1.3 million. You fine.
Oh,
You can give
okay.
me what I
Oh,
want.
since you said
because
that-
at the end
since
of
you
the
said
day, do you treat me the way I need? Do you abuse me mentally? Are you emotionally and mentally abusive? Do you
So you're
treat
saying
me like
your
I ain't nobody?
emotional, you're saying your emotional drive and your everyday standard of living minus him is more important than what he brings to the table financially.
Because guess what?
So the garbage
I
truck
say
man.
yes, and the reason why I say that because that money can be gone at the end of the day. In the snap of an eye or
So
snap of a
can-
finger, it just in the blink of an eye, snap of a finger. Your millions can be taken away from you. What's your character?
Let me
and
throw
what's your love
a
towards me
monkey wrench in there.
when all that money is gone.
So can how he feel about that money being gone and how he treats you now.
Mm-hmm.
So all that money being gone and you remember him being a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's distraught, depressed, don't know how to treat you no more because his focus is on, I gotta get this back now. I don't care about how she feel. I'm finna be gone all the time trying to get this back. Now you're not feeling the same love you was feeling that came with that, what's that P word? Potential.
Mm-hmm.
Do you stay until he get his mind back right? Or are we seeing a shift in how you feel about this guy? Because naturally it's a shift in how you feel about him, but are you staying through this storm because now he don't even want to kiss you like he used to walk through the door and kiss you no more. He ain't texting you throughout the day saying where he at and what he got going on no more. He is depressed.
Bruh, I done weathered some storms with some niggas that ain't got 1.3 million. So goddamn, I done weathered the storm with you. If you got 1.3 million, you trying to get that 1.3 back. I done weathered it for Negroes that ain't making six figures. So me, I'm still gonna be there and weather the storm with you.
Can you
That's
just
just
say,
a
I'll
different
weather the
Let's
side.
be
storm.
honest.
I'm just
You got
saying.
that 1.3 million. You looking real good over there
All
right
right.
now.
This like a futon. Just damn running, no tripping now. Just down